What's up, everybody? It's Thegoal60 here for Monday, May the 20th, 2019. So, if you've seen my Twitter post over the weekend, you noticed that we got a brand new puppy. So, of course, that brand new puppy is very loud. That's part of the reason I'm doing this in my vehicle right now. Hope this video turns out okay, but we'll get into everything. There's a ton of lines that have not been posted, so there's really not a whole lot of, for sure, I guess, or complete information that I'm about to give you, but I won't give you everything I've got, and then as they come out across the day, we'll post them, or hopefully other people will post them for me, that kind of thing. So let's get into all that right now. So first up, as far as the revenge system, nothing going on today. I don't think there's anything tomorrow. There are some coming up at the end of the week though. As far as RPI, we had a lot of 4-game series start up today. Around 6 of them, to be honest, and 2 of them didn't make it because of RPI numbers, but the other 4, we'll go over those. The only one that actually has a line posted right now is Chicago Cubs against the Phillies. So the Cubs are at .531, the Phillies at .494. The Cubs are at -135. That's the unofficial play there. The other 3, like I said, the other 2 that don't have lines on them. We'll go over them now. The first one is Atlanta at .508, San Francisco at .489. There's no line there. We're obviously waiting on Atlanta to see if it becomes an unofficial. If it's way too high, it completely loses it because it's already missed one parameter of being a 4-game series. Washington and the Mets. Washington's at .480. New York Mets are at .465, and in the bottom 3. These 2 teams not used to being that low. They've had pretty tough years. The Mets just got swept by the Marlins, if I could talk. They got swept by Miami. That's terrible for them. They even had DeGrom going on the first day. Couldn't get it done there. So we're waiting on the Nationals line to see if this becomes an unofficial or not. And then last, we've got the White Sox against Houston. The White Sox are in the bottom 3 at .465. The Houston Astros are in the top 3 at .558. There's no line there. I've got a feeling that this is not even going to make an unofficial play because I've got to think that, this one's going to be a huge line, and the Houston Astros will be way too much price there. There won't be any value in that. So that's everything for the 4-game series. As far as 3-game series, we actually had 4 of them to start up. One of them did not make it for RPI. That's Seattle and Texas. Out of the next 3, the only 2 that's had lines posted, both of them become unofficials. So we're waiting on a line there in the Minnesota and the Angels game. Minnesota is in the top 3 at .537 versus the Angels at .485. I do think we'll get a play out of this one. I think that line will be reasonable and we can get a play on Minnesota. And then the other 2 that do have a line posted but did not make it due to price. Arizona at .534 versus the Padres at .499. The Diamondbacks are the underdog, and on the run line they're -175, just too expensive for us. So it becomes an unofficial play. And the last one is Oakland and Cleveland. Oakland is at .481, Cleveland at .494. This one barely made it. But then you look at price, it's -170 on the Indians, so therefore it's an unofficial play. As far as the over-unders, the same thing going here. I don't know why these lines are getting so slow about getting posted. I'm not sure really what the deal is there. I don't know what obviously these are all new series because it's Monday, but at the same time, these lines are usually out pretty early, the day ahead, the night before. A lot of people call them overnight lines, that kind of thing. So the only one we actually have a line posted for on these totals, Oakland and Cleveland. Oakland's at .08, Cleveland at -0.65. Obviously, we're looking at the under there, and it'd be under 8. That is the first play. The next 8 of these do not have lines. Minnesota and the Angels. Minnesota at .72, Angels at 1.08. That's a 1.8. We're looking at the over. We're waiting to see what this line is. Remember, on these overs, if it's over 9.5 or above, we're skipping it. If we're looking at the under and it's 6.5 or below, we're skipping that. Anything in between, we're good on both. And of course, you see what I'm saying. Atlanta and the Giants. Atlanta's at 0.42. The Giants are at 3.11. That's a 3.53. Waiting to see what that line is there, but we're definitely looking at the over. The Phillies and the Cubs. The Phillies at negative 0.36. The Cubs at 0.44. Definitely looking at the under there at 0.08. The Nationals and the Mets. The Mets are at 0.46. The Nationals at negative 0.56. Looking at the under at 0.1. Or excuse me, negative 0.1. We're definitely getting a lot more unders now, and I felt like that would be the trend. You know, after these overs have been hitting so much, or they've been out there, you do regress to the mean and everything about baseball. So I felt like that would start happening, and it is starting to happen now. The Yankees and Baltimore. The Yankees at 0.48. Baltimore at negative 0.83. Once again, looking at the under. Boston and Toronto. Boston at 0.42. Toronto at negative 1.11. Looking at the under. And then last, we've got the White Sox in Houston. The White Sox at 0.38. The Astros at 0.54. Looking at the over with 0.92. So like I said, a lot of unders there we're looking at. I know that's a lot of information. We don't have any lines hardly at all to look at. Like I said, I'm not real sure what's going on there. I don't know if this whole, it could be something as much as legalization, and they're waiting to see, you know, across the country before they set lines. They're a little bit slower now. They're trying to get all those bugs worked out. It could be something as simple as baseball terms, or as baseball goes, as you know, new pitchers getting called up, and I just hadn't seen those. Anyways, there's a lot of lines that have not been posted, but not a lot on the RPI. The only one I think that will become official play is that Minnesota game. I think that we got a chance there. If not, then everything's unofficial there. As far as the over-unders, a lot of games with no lines posted yet. I do appreciate you watching this video, and I am struggling today to even talk, so we'll see how this goes. Probably going to be doing a lot more of these inside the car for the next few days until we get this puppy trained and him not being so loud in the background. I doubt every one of you want to hear a whining puppy. But we'll see how it goes, and have a great day. Have a great Monday. Hope everything goes well for you, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.
60% of the time, it works every time.